Welcome to the Five Arms and a Lucky Fin podcast. I am your host, Brendan McCormick, with my partners and picks, David Diesel, Solway. How are we doing on this fine December 14th night?
Doing great. It's the holiday season, starting to get chilly outside. Ready for some winter football. Maybe some snow games this weekend? Maybe?
I'm ready for some snow games. There is a big blizzard coming on the Northeast, and I believe the Midwest area. So definitely stay safe, stay warm. I went to the doctor's today, David, and I just realized how old I am. So I do want to say that
Yeah,
we're
we are getting up there in age. We aren't
not in
the
our
young bucks we used to be.
not in our young 20s anymore.
No, not even close. We are almost 30.
It's crazy to think about. Crazy to
Yep,
think about. You know what's
yep.
even more crazy to think about is Baker Mayfield won a game.
And I told you. The worst part about that game is he did look really bad for most of it, but in crunch time, letting him do his thing. He figured it out, got the dub.
I'm really shocked by that. I was at my wife's Christmas party, and after we want to get some drinks, want to hang out with her coworkers. After the original Christmas party, want to keep the party going. I walk into the bar and I look up and I'm like, "Wow, Baker Mayfield just won!"
Yes, he did.
And I just on a game-winning drive, he had to go what 98 yards. Is
98
that
yards
right?
on that game winning drive. Scored with 10 seconds left.
And then the Broncos were down 27-0 and almost came back and won outright.
Yep.
I wanted to call it so bad. I mean, I just felt like that was a perfect letdown spot for Kansas City. Like I knew Denver was getting ready for that game. I'm gonna say it.
Letdown spot, and then they got up 27-0. Not quite a letdown.
Well,
It ended up being close.
they
It ended up being close.
still almost lost. Still almost
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
I love a good almost almost a Kansas City loss. I love to see them struggle. Talking week 15 NFL ATS picks this week. Jay is out. He's had a wonderful dinner with some friends. So shout out Jay for missing the podcast. Maybe give him some grief on the Instagram or Twitter feed. Definitely follow us and definitely give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts as we are now live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We are all on the major podcast networks, wherever you get your podcasts at. Definitely look us up, give us a 5-star review, and shout us out. Put us in your story. Could be a little, could be a little giveaway coming up soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. But let's dive into it, David. First game of the week, Thursday night football, San Fran at Seattle. Seattle's plus three, is it plus 150 on the money line? Total at 43 and a half, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
messed
something
that one
around
up.
there. Yeah, that's all right. I believe it is around plus 150, maybe a little bit higher, but yeah.
Yeah.
Niners -3 here. Niners are an absolute wagon right now. I've been down on the Niners all year. I keep
Yeah, you
saying
have.
I don't think they're actually that great. I think they're a little bit overhyped. They started off the season poorly, but you know what? They are pretty good. And they're continuing to prove under Shanahan that the quarterback doesn't really matter. Like Brock Purdy, if we're being completely honest, is not a great NFL quarterback, but you put any quarterback into that system and they're going to make it work. And they're going to be good. And they're going to run the ball well. And they've got weapons on the outside. Debo got hurt last week, but sounds like he should be back maybe by the time the playoffs start. But
Hmm.
I I can't bet against the Niners here. I actually would hammer them responsibly minus the 3 points.
I think this line is right where it should be, in my opinion. I think whoever wins this game, it's going to be a field goal. I really do. I think the Niners could win it, and I think the Hawks could win it. But I expect Geno Smith to bounce back, and I keep saying that, but like Is he just coming back to planet Earth of who he was? Is it just the team? I can't figure out
I
what's
don't
wrong with the Seattle team.
I don't think he's the problem.
I don't think
Um,
he is either.
like last week, he had 263 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw 2 picks, but they scored 24 points. In an NFL game, if you're scoring 24 points, you're feeling good. But they
Yeah,
allowed 30 points at home to the Panthers. You can't be doing that. So it seems
no,
like a defense problem here. I mean, if you look at their last 3 games, they allowed 40 to the Raiders, 23 to the Rams, and that was, I mean, who was even starting for the Rams? Was that John Wolford at that point? Maybe
yes,
Bryce Perkins, one of those two guys, and then 30 at home to the Panthers. So it seems like a defensive problem here, and that's another reason I love the Niners here is their offense is rolling right now. And if Seattle can't get that defense right on a short week, I mean, this is a Thursday game,
right.
then I feel pretty good about what we got going for the Niners here.
I've definitely been high on the Niners all season. I've definitely told you and Jay that they're my they're my pick to win the Super Bowl. And this is a great hot take, but even if Jimmy G is like a no go for the rest of the year,
I agree. I
I
don't think there's that much fall off between Jimmy G and Purdy.
no, in my opinion, no either, and that might be a hot take as well. But I do agree with you that I want Jimmy G personally in Indianapolis. I really do, really
You
bad.
don't.
I do.
You
I do
want
want
Will
him.
Levis.
I do not want Will Levis in Indianapolis. He is. If the Colts draft Will Levis, I might have to take another year off of being a
You
fan.
might have to take you might have to take his entire career off of being a fan.
Right now I'm supporting your Miami Dolphins, and I
Well, that's
like to
not
watch.
great.
Well, they've struggled. We'll talk about it, but they just Niners all the way. Niner gang. They've covered in their last five too.
Oh, so now you like the Niners?
No, I think the line is right where it should be, so I'm gonna
You
take
want
the
to
under.
push. That's what you
I want to
want. You
push.
want to push.
I do want to push.
You're rooting for a Niners 3-point win for the push.
Mm, I just think the line is right where it should be, in my opinion. Three is it's a it'll be a really good game. This is one of the best primetime games I think we've had in a
Oh,
very long time. Maybe the best one of the season, in my
I think this is the
opinion.
best
Just big
Thursday night
ones,
game of
right?
the season.
Did we
What?
have Seattle and Denver week one though?
That was week 1 Monday Night Football. Yeah,
That was Monday Night Football. Okay, my fault. Too many weeks ago. That was a long time ago.
that was a long time ago.
It was. All right, we have some Saturday football coming right at you. We have Baltimore at Cleveland. Baltimore is plus 2.5, plus
Hold on, hold on,
126 on the
hold on.
money line.
You skipped a game.
Talking, I skipped a game.
You skipped the
I
Colts.
did. Why do we got to talk about this game? All right, scratch that. Minor error. We do have some Saturday football, but we have the Indianapolis Colts plus 4.5. Totals at 48.5. Money lines at plus 180. I took the Colts here. Can't really tell you why, David. Don't have a great reason. I'm going off your reasoning of I don't think this Vikings team is legit. They looked like they looked really bad last week. I
Yeah,
watched them and I was like, I lost $20 on our bet and I was pretty pissed off about it to be honest with you because I was like, this team is dog doo doo, and
yeah.
I was just
They're
like,
uh, they're not that good. I mean,
they're
their
gonna get
offense.
spanked in the playoffs.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Fully agree. They might get beat in the first round.
Whoever
But
they play, I'm interested to see that spread.
their offense has been pretty solid. This is another defense has been an issue team, and that's why I love the Vikings. Here is the Colts offense is
Right.
atrocious.
We're very bad. We can't
So
move the
like,
ball.
and you'll see this as a common theme throughout my picks here this week. I love the favorites this week.
Yeah.
I feel like all these lines are kind of spot on, but it's a we're near the end of the season. It's a prove it week for all these good teams. Prove that you're actually good. Prove that you're um, worthy of these favored lines. And
I would hammer the under in this game. It's 48 and a half. I don't think the Colts score any points.
I don't. Yeah, I'm with you. The Colts don't score points, but the Colts did just allow 54 points in their last game. Did you forget that?
Yeah, Saturday. Way to get up the defense. Yeah. Let's go Indianapolis.
Yeah, I like the under,
That was a
but I mean, yeah, it could get ugly for the Colts in this one.
I think it will get ugly. It'll get ugly really quick. Can't believe this Colts team. We were on a bye last week, so we
Yep.
played at Dallas and got murdered. Yeah, that game was not fun to watch.
No.
That game was rough. That game was super rough.
Something to keep an eye on for the Colts. I need
Yes.
276 more yards out of Michael Pittman to hit my
I feel like
season
that should hit.
total. 276 in 4 games. That's
I
about
mean,
70
who else are we
yards
going to
a
throw
game.
the ball to, though?
Problem is they haven't been throwing the ball to him. Against the Cowboys, he had 2
Because he
receptions
gets
for
doubled.
16 yards.
He gets doubled. What else is he supposed to do?
I don't know. Throw the ball to him. You got to throw the ball to somebody.
Yeah, they threw the ball to Alec Pierce,
No,
our
don't
draft
do
pick from
that. Throw it to
Cincinnati.
Pittman. I need the money.
I'll whisper in Saturday's ear. I'll let him know.
All right.
On to the next one. We get more Saturday football. Baltimore against Cleveland. I am correct about this one. Baltimore plus 2.5, plus 135 on the money line. Totals at 37.5, which is very low total. I think people are underestimating this Ravens team without Lamar. Told you last week. I'm going to tell you again. This is my lock. I don't think the Browns are good at all. Deshaun Watson, I don't know what planet he's on. I mean, he definitely has a lot of rust to shake off. A lot. Give the ball to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's on my fantasy team, and he hasn't done anything since Deshaun Watson came back. Anything. Give him the ball. This is what the Browns do. They run the ball with their two-headed monster, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb. Let them do what they're doing. Am I wrong?
No, you're completely right. I think that this game is going to be incredibly boring. I think it is going to go under the
Yeah.
37. I think that both of
Wow.
these offenses have a lot of issues to figure out with new quarterbacks coming in. Obviously, one is Deshaun coming back from the suspension. I agree completely. It's a rust issue more than anything. He's obviously a good quarterback. We know that.
Yeah.
Not a good person, but a good quarterback.
Yes.
Last week, Chubb had 34 yards.
Yeah.
Got to get
Didn't
him
do
going.
anything.
Got to get him
Gotta
going.
get the motor going.
So hopefully they can get him going. I think this will be a game with a lot of rushing plays. So I like keeping the clock moving. I love the under here, but I would take the Browns just based on quarterback is more experienced. That's honestly the
That's
only reason
fair.
I'm taking them. Even though he's
Yeah.
rusty, he's got so many more games under his belt, so much more experience than Tyler Huntley has.
Well, I think the Baltimore is just going to run the ball again
Yeah.
with Dobbins. I mean,
Yeah,
Dobbins
Dobbins
didn't
is
look
back.
100%. Well, he looked like he was at 80. He did not look like. Did you see him on his long run? He did
Yeah.
not look like he had the same speed because, I
No.
mean, previous injury, I think he was gone.
Yeah.
We've seen him at Ohio State with that secondary speed of like no one being able to touch him, and he did not have that second gear, and he wanted to get there. You could tell,
Yeah.
and he gets knocked out of bounds. But I have
Hey,
Dobbins on my fantasy team as well,
he still
so
had 120 yards.
I know
He
that's
had
what
a
I'm
really good
saying.
game. Yeah.
But he's definitely not at 100%.
But the Ravens last week threw the ball 12 times. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it obviously worked. The formula worked,
but I
but
mean,
that game was
Steelers have a good
16-14.
defense. Yeah,
Yeah, that game was 16-14. I think this game is going to be very similar. It's just going to be low
absolutely.
scoring. keep the ball on the ground, both teams.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a lot of
Yep.
passing.
Yep.
It will be incredibly boring. It's old, old school football right there. Got another matchup for you, David. Going into Buffalo. Miami Dolphins at Buffalo. Miami's +7, +260 on the money line. Speak to me. Speak to me about these Fins.
We got some problems. We got
Yes.
some problems down in Miami. The offense has kind of stalled out a little bit. Tua last week went 10 for 28,
Not good.
145 yards, and one of those plays was the 60-yard touchdown pass to Tyreek. So I think they got to get a lot of easy short passes for Tua this week. Stop trying to go for the big play all the time. They've gotten into this kind of boomer bust territory where they're always trying to go for big plays, which is great. You have two of the fastest wide receivers to ever play the game of football. But how
Yes.
about we throw a couple screens, get Tua in a rhythm, get him some easy passes, let those fast wide receivers get out in space with
Mhm.
the ball in their hands. So I'm hoping that they'll make some adjustments heading into this. It is a divisional matchup, and the Bills are really good. But I think that Miami is going to sort of get back on track here this week and at least cover the 7. I don't feel great about them winning. I doubt the weather is going to be great in Buffalo for this.
That's what I'm worried about. They're used to this Miami sun. They're not used to this blistering 30 degrees. Am I wrong?
You're right. You're right. And they had heaters
What
on the sideline in Los Angeles on Sunday
the
night, and it was like 60 degrees. It's like, okay, that's a little soft. Like that's a problem.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah,
That that's really soft. What's the
yeah.
weather like in Buffalo that day?
I'm pulling it up right now. I can't imagine it's going to be great because I know living in northern Indiana, the weather this weekend is not going to be great. Let's see here.
Oh, it's supposed to snow.
Oh
32
yeah,
degrees and
we got
snow.
snow all day Saturday. Yeah, it's looking about 2 to 6 inches of snow on Saturday. Um,
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Winds up to 20 miles per hour and a low of 22. And this game kicks off at 8:15, so it's gonna be chilly. The don't love the Dolphins here. Don't love the Dolphins here.
I don't like the Bills either.
No, I don't really either.
This game is like a toss up for
I
me.
think it'll be a good game.
It's definitely one I'm going to watch. I'm interested to see how your defense does against Allen.
See, but if it's snowing and it's windy, he might not throw the
I
ball a lot.
know. That's what I thought,
And
which
Buffalo
is
struggles to
huge for
run the
you.
ball.
Yes, they do. Which is huge for Miami because you guys have a good run defense.
Yep,
So
we'll see.
we'll see, definitely. The first game on our Sunday slate, we have Dallas at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's +4, +176 on the money line. Jacksonville is up and down, David. They go on these streaks, and I don't know how to handicap this team. I really don't.
Yeah,
You don't know
they
what you're
are.
going to get.
You really don't know what you're gonna get.
Like I want to take them +4. I
But,
do, to
but
be
why?
honest.
But why? It,
They're at
it,
home for number one. They just came off a divisional win against Tennessee,
so
36-22.
that would be my biggest question here: is if Tennessee wasn't thought of as this um, elite team as they have been in the past couple years,
Right.
would that win have moved this line as much as it did? Because I think that
That's a
without
great
that
question.
win, without the way we perceived the Titans before that game, I think that this Dallas is probably favored by 7.5. And
I
that,
would say
like,
7.
I just think, yeah, I just think that Dallas is a touchdown better. at least. Except they did play really poorly last week. They
They
almost
did.
lost to the Texans at home. I think that was just they were just looking past them though. They were thinking, "Oh,
Absolutely. They
we
weren't
got this
ready.
lowly Texans team in here. We're gonna crush them." Well, they didn't.
But their last away game was quite a while ago, almost a month ago for the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, and they won that game 40-3.
Yeah, I saw that. This game's weird.
I just don't trust the Jags.
I don't like either of these teams, though. ATS wise, I would not bet this game.
No,
That
I'm not.
line is right.
No,
That line is right where it should be. In my opinion, that is right where it should be. On to the next one, we have Philadelphia at Chicago. Chicago is +9. Totals at 48.5. Chicago is +315 on the money line. We are both on Chicago. Justin Fields, I hope he's healthy. That's my X factor, David. He's got to be healthy.
yeah, and I think he is. He played 2 weeks ago against the Packers, and then they had a bye week last week. So I think that he will be healthy come this weekend. Um, the Eagles have looked really good in their last 2 games. I think they might come down to earth a little bit in this one. I think that
I think
Justin
nine's too
Fields.
much.
Yeah, I think nine's just a little bit too much. I think that Justin Fields, um, with his ability to run the ball, that's something that
Yeah,
Philly hasn't really seen this year. I mean, I'm looking through their schedule; they haven't really seen a ton of mobile court. Not really any. Kyler back in. Or did Kyler even play in that game? Let's see.
that's a great question.
Kyler did play, only ran the ball 4 times, so they did a decent job of containing him. Um, but yeah, I just think it poses a threat that they haven't seen in a while, and I think they're going to come back down to earth a little bit. I just think 9 points is too many.
Especially in a divisional game.
Not a divisional game.
No, it's not.
One team's in the
Apologize.
north, one team's in the east.
Good catch. Wow, that is bad. But there's two. These two teams don't like each other.
Do you know that?
Yeah, I got an
What
insight
makes?
on Justin Fields. They're both in the NFC. That's how I know. No, I don't
Oh,
know that. I'm just messing with you. I I just like Justin Fields this season. He's been fun to watch.
he has been since they
Who's
figured out how to use him on the ground. He's been really fun.
who's the Bears' best wide receiver? Because I really don't know.
Um,
I'm
they
gonna look at
don't
their
throw the
props
ball a
here.
ton.
Oh, Komet,
I mean, they've got Komet,
Claypool. They got Claypool.
they've got Claypool. They still don't really use him a ton.
No,
They have N'Keal Harry from
they
the
got
Pats.
Montgomery. Oh, they got St. Brown too.
Yeah, Equanimous St. Brown.
And Chicago hasn't covered their last four, while Philly has covered their last three. Nine's too much, in my opinion. Nine's too much, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
but they could also blow them out. But I agree,
I
nine
know.
is too
That's
much.
what makes me nervous about that
Yeah,
game
I mean they
because I would
won.
be on.
They've won their last 2 games by 26 and 25.
Yeah, but they got one of the easiest divisions in football, in my opinion. That's why they're 12-1.
Who?
The Eagles.
What are you talking about?
I hate that division.
They have a 10-3 team, a
I hate that division, David.
and then two
The
seven
Washington
five and one
team.
team. They have a 10-3 team and two 7-5 and 1 teams, and you said they have an easy division.
Yeah, watch. Dallas is going to be out round one. Whoever they play, whatever seed they are, they're going to lose in the first round. They did last year. Lost to San Fran. They're gonna lose. I'm telling you. The Cowboys always do this, and the Eagles might. They're.
What are they going to be?
I.
Cowboys are going to be the 5 seed, so they would play the worst division winner, which
Yes.
would be the NFC South, which is going to be the Bucks or the
Yeah.
Falcons
They're
or
gonna
Panthers. Do you
lose.
think they're going to lose to those teams?
Yep. 100%. It's the Cowboys. The issue with the Cowboys is not that they don't have a good players. It's because they're the Cowboys. They get the most media attention.
I
Everyone
agree.
thinks. Everyone thinks that they're like the best team in the NFL, which I don't agree with that. They're definitely top five. They're not the best team in the NFL. Do not try to argue this with me right
No,
now.
they're not the best team in the NFL, but don't you think that if they get that easy of a draw in the playoffs, that they do have a chance to make a run? They're good. They have good quarterback. They have good skill players, and their defense is pretty solid. And they probably have the defensive player of the year on their team.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about
Yeah.
their game. We'll talk about their game. Heading into New York, we have the Detroit Lions at the New York Jets. New York Jets is +1, -110 on the money line. Totals at 44.5. We are both on the Lions here. I took the Lions because I don't know about the quarterback situation of the Jets and how healthy Mike White's going to be.
Yeah, what is going on with that? I don't know. I'm not sure it makes much of a difference though,
I
because
don't think it does. Detroit's been on
I
fire ATS wise. Their last five they've covered.
I think Detroit's actually legitimately good. I
You
mean, I
just
think so.
think the books are used to the Lions just sucking and no one taking them?
Yeah, I think that is a lot of it. They also started the season
Interesting.
what 1-6
Yes.
overall, like not even against the spread, just straight up.
If they win out, do
So
they make the playoffs?
they have a couple. I mean, the teams standing in the way right now are the Giants and the Commanders,
They that could happen.
but they're what 2.5 games back, 1.5 games back of those teams because they have that tie. Yeah, it could happen.
I just love their coach. I love the Lions coach.
Their schedule also. They've got the Jets this week, which might
Right.
be the hardest game left. It's in New York, New Jersey, actually.
Well,
Then
yeah.
they have the Panthers. Then at home against the Bears. Then on the road at Green Bay, but Aaron
That's
Rodgers
the game
probably won't be playing in that game.
because you think their season will be over by then.
Yeah, their season is over. They're already, I mean,
Right.
they're out.
Right.
So
It would be their Super Bowl to make sure the Lions don't make the playoffs.
it could be, but are you really gonna run Aaron Rodgers out there with nothing to gain other than beating the Lions and keeping them out of the playoffs?
It's a great question.
When you have Jordan Love that you want to get some experience too?
I'm telling you, I
I
think
don't
they
know.
could win out.
I think they might win out. I think I would put a bet on them to win out right now. They're hot right now. They actually look really good. Their offense is very explosive.
They're
They
number
finally
one in
put
red
everything
zone
together.
efficiency.
They're good.
Dang. I did not realize they were that good. I'm gonna I take back what I said last week about the Lions because after watching them, they Jared Goff definitely deserves to be in this league. I'll say this.
Oh, he's a starting quarterback. No doubt about it.
Like I hate. There's another podcast I listen to, the sports gambling podcast actually, and they always make fun of Jared Goff, and I'm kind of over that
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
like he was kind of in a weird situation in LA because they wanted to win so bad, and I think that put a lot more pressure on him here in Detroit. Literally, Campbell's allowing him to just sling the rock. And I think his belief in Goff is elevating his play, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's also playing for his job because the Lions are most
Right.
likely going to take a quarterback with their first pick this year, unless he wins out. maybe he proves that he's the guy. I think he has been proving it recently.
100%.
If he continues to
100%.
do that, maybe they think twice about taking a quarterback with that first pick, and they do something to help bolster the team around him next year. I mean, you never know. Things could change in these next 4 weeks for his future. Otherwise, he's probably not going to be starting there next year. But I agree with you. He's an NFL quarterback. He's a starter in the league.
100%. Go Lions. We head into Carolina, where Pittsburgh is at Carolina. Pittsburgh is plus 2.5, plus 120 on the money line. Total is sitting at 37.5. We're both on Carolina. I don't have any belief in Kenny Pickett.
Is Kenny Pickett playing?
No. But I
No way.
still their whole
No way
quarterback
he's playing,
that's
right?
that's their whole quarterback situation. Like,
Well, I believe in Kenny Pickett. I do not believe in Mitch Trubisky.
no, I don't. Did you see his 3 interceptions that cost him that game?
Yeah.
That
Looks like
was
I'm looking at a news article
brutal.
right here too that Mike Tomlin cracks the door open for Mason Rudolph to fill in as the starter this week.
I saw that, and like, why didn't he do it? It's because Trubisky had a really good preseason last year, and everyone hopped on him and thought he deserves a second or third chance, whatever how many chances this man's got.
But don't you think he's probably better than Mason Rudolph? Mason Rudolph's nothing special.
I don't know. I'll
That's
take Mason
problem.
Rudolph.
None of them are special. That's their
No,
entire problem right now. I
you gonna
think Kenny
take
Pickett
PJ
will
Walker?
be. I
I'm
love
taking
him.
PJ Walker.
PJ
This
Walker's
line,
not even the starter anymore.
I know.
I wish. Love
Sam
PJ Walker.
Darnold. But I feel like Carolina has like three different running backs. They have Foreman. They have what's
I couldn't tell you anything about the Panthers. Do they still have
I
Judah
only
Hubbard?
have yes, it is True Hubbard.
Yeah.
They ran another running back as well.
Let's see. Last
I
week,
don't know. This line is just begging you to take the Panthers at 2.5. They're begging you to take the Panthers, and I'm gonna take it and probably regret it. Wouldn't bet this game at all, but
Panthers
that's
have a
just me.
lot to play for too. They are still very much in that division race. They're one game back of the
At 5 and
Bucks
8.
right now, and they play the Bucks the second to last week of the season.
I think they do win it. I don't know if they cover. Something weird could happen with the spread.
Oh yeah, it could be another 16-14 game or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but I think they win. Yeah,
Yeah, not much more to talk about this one. This one's very uninteresting as well.
yeah, don't care.
Two very not very fun teams to watch, in my opinion. On to the next one. We head into NOLA. Atlanta is plus 4.5, plus 184 on the money line. Totals at 42.5. I took the points.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't.
You believe in Desmond Ritter
No.
because he's your guy.
I I don't like either of these teams personally. The only thing that got me somewhat wanting to take the Atlanta is because really their red zone efficiency. Their defense is atrocious. Didn't even see that. I think Nola wins by a field goal.
Okay.
I in my opinion.
Yeah, I
I know
don't
you're
feel
gonna.
good about either one of these teams. I think that this game is the least interesting game of the weekend. Who cares about this game? No one. No one should care about this game.
Is
Uh,
anyone betting this game? Please,
well,
please tell me
I'll
they're not.
I'll tell you what, 94% of the money is on the Falcons.
Why?
I don't know. Belief in Desmond Ritter, I guess. I mean, it is kind of crazy for the Saints to be favored by 4.5 here, considering
It's
that
a lot of
they've done
points.
nothing but lose.
It
Um,
should be like two and a
yeah, I
half.
agree. I think it should be 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'll just take the Saints there at home against a rookie quarterback. Have fun going into play the Saints at home as a rookie in your first start ever.
Yeah.
That's all
That's
I've
not gonna be
got.
fun. That's
No,
all I've got too on that one. We head into Houston, where Houston Texans are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Houston's plus 14, totals at 49.5, plus 640 on the money line. Big spreads have been the enemy of big favorites.
they sure have. I remember just a couple weeks ago, there was this little upstart MVP candidate named Tua Tagovailoa who played
Speak of
against
full man.
the Houston Texans, and the Dolphins were up 30-0 at halftime,
Right.
and Houston had no chance of stopping them. And I think that this week is the week Patrick Mahomes cements himself as the 2022 NFL MVP, and they go out and score a ton of points and win this game easily.
Have you cashed out your Tua MVP ticket?
No, I'm not cashing out a $5 bet.
Please
I'd,
don't.
I'd probably be losing money at this point. You want me to check? Go ahead and talk about this game. I'll check it.
Please do check it. I'm all over the Texans. I don't have any good reason why. I don't. Kansas City has no reason at all to get up for this game. I think it definitely could be a Cowboy situation to where they think they can just walk in and win. I would say Lovey Smith is trying to get this team in the right direction. They definitely have them competing. Wouldn't say they really are winning at all, but I'm all over the Texans here. The any spread, I believe, over 10 points, David. I think only a couple have lost these big spreads, and Houston is. Let's look at Houston's ATS real quick. I mean, Houston, besides the Dallas game, has not covered their last four, and KC hasn't been much better, not covering the last four. Um, yeah, don't have much else to say about this matchup. What's the ticket looking like?
Well, you know what? FanDuel locked me out of my account.
Why'd they do that? I love
I
FanDuel.
don't, I don't know. They want me to reset my password, so I'm resetting my password.
All right, you want me to talk about the next game?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'll talk about the next game. We head into Las Vegas, David, where New England is the road dog. New England is plus one, minus 106 on the money line. Totals at 44.5. I am on the Raiders. This game, I don't like this game at all.
Why are you on the Raiders?
I don't have any good reason because I don't want to talk about this game that long. Because this Raiders team is trash. The only reason why I took them is because they're at home and I don't really like what's going on in New England right now. Their whole quarterback situation, Mac Jones getting pissed off every time, looking like he's about to throw the tablet like Tom Brady. Just not a lot of good juju going on there. And personally, I would like Zappy to play over Mac Jones. I'm gonna say it. Like me some Zap. Bring
No,
some Zap maybe to Indianapolis. I'm looking into potential quarterbacks that the
no, you
Indianapolis
do not
Colts should get.
want Bailey Zappi in Indianapolis. Come on.
We need something. We need some magic in
You had a
Indianapolis.
problem
We
with
need
Carson
something.
Wentz, and you want Bailey Zappi.
He looks better than Carson Wentz.
Stop it. Stop it.
You think Carson Wentz goes to another team or is he done?
Oh, he'll keep getting backup jobs for sure.
I'm ready
100%.
for it.
Yeah, 100%.
I am so ready for it.
I can cash out Tua right now. I put in a $5 bet before the season. I
Right.
could cash it out right now for $5.
You break even. You're not losing
Break
money.
even.
When it was what, $30 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was up to 33. Yeah,
Oh man.
that's all right. Let it
Do you
ride.
want to talk? What's your opinion with the New England Las Vegas game? Even though you probably
Um,
don't care too much.
well, I think the biggest stat here is Belichick is like 1,000,000 and 0 or whatever against his disciples.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point. I
him
didn't think
against
about that.
McDaniels, I'll go with Belichick.
Right. I feel it. We got another boring one coming up. We're heading into Denver, where Arizona is the road dog. Arizona's the road dog. Arizona's plus 2.5. Jeez, got the hiccups. Total's at 36.5. Money line's at 120.
You're
Another
telling me
one that
you
I don't.
believed in Denver last week, but you won't believe in Denver this week.
It's the perfect letdown spot for Denver. They came back. They battled a little bit. They battled a little bit. They came back, did what they were supposed to do. Little battle. And yeah, I think. I mean, obviously Kyler's out, so I believe in
So is
Colt
Russ.
McCoy. Yeah, yeah. Um. So yeah, I'm rolling with the old Texas Longhorn quarterback here.
You're gonna go with Colt McCoy. How old is
I
Colt
am.
McCoy at this point?
He is old. He is
You're
old.
gonna go with 36-year-old Colt McCoy.
In fact, my wife said he is still playing football. I said yes, he is. Absolutely, he
He's
is.
made quite
He's
a
still
living.
getting paid.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go into this one too much. You don't talk about it too
I don't have anything to say about this game. I took the Broncos just because I had to pick a side.
much. Don't bet this one, please. Do not torture yourself and bet this game,
If anything,
viewers and
honestly,
listeners.
bet the under. Denver
Yeah,
hasn't
that
scored all year. Now they don't have Russ. Not that he's been good, but like you got two backup quarterbacks, even with it at 36.5.
they
You
might
know,
just run the ball. So you're looking probably what 17-14
something like that, or even lower. I mean,
or
some of the
10-7.
Broncos scores this year, like they had that 12-11 game or whatever,
Right.
11-10, or I don't even know what it was, but they play ugly games, and I think they'll continue here.
Got a better game coming up, David. You ready? We're heading into Los Angeles, where Tennessee is a road dog. Tennessee is +3, +130 on the money line. Totals at 47.5. You expect Tennessee to bounce back this week, huh?
Yes, sir, I do. I think they're going to rely on Derrick Henry. I think that they've got to figure some stuff out. Um, again, this is nut cutting time. It's time to figure out exactly what you're made of heading into the playoffs. I don't
100%.
think the Chargers are as good as that game against Miami made them look. The Chargers have dropped a couple questionable games this year. I just
Right.
think Tennessee will keep it close here and cover the three at the very least.
I'm with you.
What?
Not. I am not with you. Herbert's on a hot streak right now. He's on a
Um,
burner. He's lighting everyone. He's got Palmer. He's got my man Mike catching big buckets. You got Eckler in the backfield. I think this Chargers team is getting hot at the right spot in the season, whether it's too late or not. So it might not be right. It might be a little too much too late. Tennessee is they haven't covered their last three, and I'm gonna say it, man. They beat your fans. That's a dog last week.
dude, come on. The Finns looked horrible. That had
They
nothing
look
to do with.
bad.
That was more about the Finns looking bad than it was the Chargers looking good.
Right. Um, trying to see when they last covered as a favorite at home. I mean, they covered against the Raiders. Trying to see real quick. Oh, they did not. Maybe I don't know how I feel about this
I
Raiders
mean,
team.
they haven't
ATS.
the
They haven't played
Chargers
well.
haven't been a favorite at home since October 23rd against the Seahawks, and they lost that game outright by
The X
14.
factor in this game is whether the Chargers defense can stop Henry.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
That's the game right there. If the Chargers defense doesn't show up, Henry's just going to maul them over. Tannehill doesn't have to do too much in that game. And I think Tennessee's defense will be able to get to Herbert, so I'm switching my pick. I take it back. I'm switching. I don't normally switch like that, but yeah, I don't trust that team right now.
yeah. Looking back at the Chargers schedule, the only time they've covered as a home favorite this year was Week 1 against the Raiders.
Wow. Dang. Well, we're heading into Tampa Bay, where Cincinnati is a favorite. Tampa Bay is plus 3.5, plus 166 on the money line. 43.5 is your total. I'm on Tampa Bay here.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, I here's the reason why I just took the points because I feel some freaky juju is going to happen to where extra points are missed, field goals are missed, or something like that. That is the only reason why I took the points. And I believe Tom Brady and company will get up for this game. It's Joe Burrow. It's Joe Burrow. Tom's not going to lose to Joe.
We said that last week. Tom Brady's not going to lose
I
to Brock
know.
Purdy. Tom Brady's returning home to San Francisco, where he's from. He's not going to lose to Brock Purdy. And then they got blown out. The Bucks are horrible. They're not a good football team. They should have lost 2 weeks ago against the Saints on Monday Night Football. They should have lost that game. They're bad. I just I don't know. I think the Bengals are going to blow them out. I would take minus 11.5 here.
Dang.
The Bengals are a legit Super Bowl contender again. They're very good.
I don't disagree with you. What worries me is can Joe Burrow stay healthy? Can they protect Joe Burrow? Like that's what I'm worried about.
I agree. They as long as he stays healthy, they are a well-oiled machine right now.
Jamara's looking good too.
Yep. I think they absolutely torch the Bucks in this game.
What's their defensive rankings for Cincinnati? Obviously, there's oh they do not rush the quarterback well. That is not a good way to go against Tom Brady. They're 30th in sacks.
Their offense is also 27th in sacks allowed, so they do not keep Joe Burrow off his back.
No.
But they're top 5 in basically every other category. So
Yeah, I see that.
their defense is like middle of the pack
Well, that's what I see.
on everything. It's like solid,
Could
and the
go either
Bucks
way.
Bucks offense is horrible.
There was a video clip I watched on TikTok, and Tom Brady's walking over the defense. You know what he's saying? You
What?
know what he's saying, David?
What kind of stupid crap is he spewing?
He's saying, that's not good enough to win. That's not good enough to win.
Yeah, okay, Tom.
And when he said that wasn't good enough, I just chuckled, David.
Yeah, I mean their offense is a joke, so that's pathetic
Total
outfit.
joke. Like, what do you. Needs to just retire and be done with it.
Yup.
Got another divisional matchup, David, for you. Heading into Washington, where New York Giants are plus 4.5, plus 184 dog. Totals at 40.5. I'm on the Giants here. Don't love it. I just think it's too many points.
Yeah, I agree with
I
you.
keep saying that.
The last time these two teams played, um, They tied. So you would be smart to take the team plus the 4.5. I have no reason for taking the Commanders here, but I am.
I like it.
I literally have no reason. I believe in Taylor Heineke.
Do you believe in any other parts of their offense? Because I don't.
No, not at all. I don't believe in any part of the Giants' offense, though, other than maybe Saquon. But I mean, we're talking about a guy who couldn't even get through the Indiana Hoosiers defense in college, so I have no belief in.
Is Daniel Jones the issue in that offense?
I mean,
Do
does
you
he
think
have any
there's enough?
weapons? I mean, who
Let's
are we
look up
working with?
the let's look up the Giants wide receivers here.
Darius
Lineup.
Slayton. I don't even know any of these people. Hodgins.
Kenny Galladay.
He didn't play last game.
I know. It says these are old wide receivers. Look at the depth chart. Yeah, it's Darius Slayton and Isaiah Hodgins. I
Yeah,
don't
they
think it's
don't.
totally Daniel Jones.
No, they don't have
Cardinals.
weapons. Whereas I have a good point about the Commanders. The Commanders have weapons. Terry
Yeah, they do.
McLaurin
He's a
and
dog. He is one of my favorite wide
he is a
receivers.
dog, dude. He's
He
so
is
good.
a dog.
They have
No
Jahan
one talks
Dotson.
about
They
him.
have Curtis Samuel. I kind of like the Commanders heading into the playoffs here.
No one
Actually,
talks about my guy McLaurin. No
no, they
one.
don't. Not enough. I actually love the Commanders here. I'm betting this game.
I like it. I will not bet it, but I like it. I'm getting a little more stingier on my bets. I don't even bet every weekend anymore, David.
I don't bet anything. I don't have any money in my account anymore. I cashed out.
Cashed out. Smart man.
I
Smart
cashed
man.
out.
Making those payments. We head into
Yes,
Green
sir.
Bay, David. We're your guy, Baker Mayfield.
This game stinks.
Plus 6.5. Totals at 39.5. 240 on the money line. You taking Baker times two?
I
Times
have
two, David?
absolutely no belief in Baker here. And
Too much
the
preparation, right?
the reason is too much preparation. He's got a week of practice under his belt now. And I don't want my guy having a week of practice. I want my guy coming in fresh. No practice, doesn't know the playbook, can just go out there and make plays. He knows too much now. I love the Packers here.
Let's look at the depth chart of the Los Angeles Rams right now. We got Baker Mayfield at quarterback, Cam Akers at running back. His wide receivers, Ben Skronik, 260 repping.
Come on.
Our guy, Tutu Atwell. Van Jefferson.
Nobody good.
Everyone's injured on this team.
Yeah.
Everyone, David. I mean, I see questionable. I see out. I see IR all over this ESPN depth chart.
Well, they've all called it a season. Even if they're not injured, they're like, yeah, I'm out of
We're
here.
done. Yeah, we done.
We're not making the playoffs. I'll call it a year.
Right.
Yeah, but this game stinks, dude. This is another primetime. Who cares? This game does not matter. And coming into the season, ESPN was probably so pumped having this game on Monday Night Football. The
I
reigning
was
MVP
thinking.
against the Super Bowl champions.
I was thinking that.
And this game is not going to be entertaining. This is a Manning cast game. This is put the Manning cast on, listen to those two bozos, chop it up, and move on with your night.
I like it, David. I like it. Yeah, I took the Rams simply because of the points. I feel I don't know about this Packers team. I really don't. Like week to week, is Aaron gonna show up? Like what weapons does Aaron even have at wide receiver this year? Look at
Randall
the stats right
Cobb,
now.
Sammy
Well,
Watkins,
yeah, Sammy Watkins. What the guy that can never
Christian
stay?
Watson, the rookie. He
Baker.
doesn't have any elite weapons. He lost his
No, I
guy,
know he doesn't, but I
but
don't know all
he
of.
actually got something compared to some of these
I mean,
other
he's got
teams.
Lazard.
That's right. I forgot about
He's
him.
got Lazard and Watson. I have Watson in fantasy. One of the best pickups I've had all year. Got Tunyon. I mean,
Yeah, he's
Aaron
got
Jones at running
weapons.
back. Like why? Is it their defense?
Their
I
defense
mean,
has
they
been
have.
really. Their defense has been pretty poor, but their offense just hasn't shown up in a couple games this year too. So
I'm. This is why I took. This is why I took the Rams. That's why I took the Rams. I just.
more power to you.
I mean, the bet percentage is on the Rams.
The bet percentage is, but then the money percentage is lower, which means the sharps are betting on the.
The Packs. They are at home. They are at home. Perfect time for a lock, dog, and tease. David. I did not do. I did not
Nope.
fill all these out, so I'll be doing it on the
Nope.
fly
You
here.
sure
So
didn't.
give me what you got.
Yep, absolutely. For my lock, I've got Kansas City minus 14. I talked about it earlier, but I think that Patty Mahomes cements himself as the 2022 NFL MVP against the Texans. I think that he's going to be able to throw all over them. That game will be over at halftime. And I just think the Kansas City absolutely rolls them. For my dog, I have to go with my guys, my Dolphins, Miami plus 260, and you can't pass up anytime something's plus 260 because you got to rep the 260.
It's
And
true.
then for my teas, I've got the Finns plus 14, Lions plus a 6, the Pats plus 8. Again, Belichick going up against his disciple.
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans plus 10, Cincinnati Bengals plus 3.5, going over the zero there, going from minus 3.5 to plus 3.5. And then I've got the Bears plus 16. That's way too many points for Justin Fields. Come on. Plus 16. What you
I
got,
feel
B?
it. So for my lock, I got Baltimore 2.5 going right, plus 2.5 going right back to the well for the second week. I'm interested to see how that Baltimore team does. For my dog, I have Jacksonville. I, I just I don't know. Not too confident in that. Got Trevor Lawrence. You know, hopefully he can do some magic. I'm just hoping the Cowboys are in a letdown spot this week. That's partially why I believe in that dog. For my
Wasn't there
tease,
letdown? Hold on. Wasn't there a letdown spot last week when they almost lost to the Texans?
true, but you can always have two
You want
letdowns.
a double letdown?
I want to double letdown. For my tease, I have Miami plus 14. Love our fans. Got Detroit plus 6 as well. Go to Atlanta and get plus 11.5. Absolutely going to take that. Chicago plus 16. Yes, sir. And I am taking the Rams plus 13.5 against the Packers. Love it. Love it. Then for my last part, I'm Houston plus 21. Too many points. Too many
I like
points.
it.
As always, thanks for tuning in and listening. And please be sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. And be sure to continue to listen in as we will do a giveaway here shortly. As always, have a great one.
See ya.